All right, we got the moment of truth here. This guy's coming off today. I want to try to document as much of this as possible. I'm not going to do the whole thing of me literally taking it off and putting it on and so forth, because you've probably seen enough videos of that. Not a whole lot to it here. Just going to obviously remove the throttle linkage and the kick down, and all the, I think everything else is actually attached to a bracket on the carburetor, and then of course remove the fuel line, of course, and just a electrical connection on the electric choke, and maybe I can't remember if that hose is on the bottom of the carburetor. I believe it is. Just the PVC connection there, so it doesn't take a whole lot to come off, and then of course just the 4 nuts holding it on. So I'm going to get this guy off here, and we're going to be putting this guy on. This is the adapter I had to get. Everybody's probably seen this on jegs, but this is the magic piece here that covers over that EGR opening in the manifold. I'm not upgrading the manifold just yet. Probably will at some point, and I may either hang on to this or just find somebody that needs it and give them a good deal on it. But for now, this is going on. This thing feels like a block of ice. I'm sitting out in the garage last week, and then this guy's going on. I haven't even taken it out of the plastic yet, but got our 770 Street Avenger here, so kind of excited to see how this works. Only thing I don't have is the kick down linkage for the transmission, so I've got that on order. It should be here by this time next week, but I can still drive it just fine. It just won't have a kick down. I can either downshift or just let the transmission module do its thing. Just replaced the bad one here a few days ago, so it's got a brand new vacuum modulator on it. So we'll get this guy on, and I'll probably pick up back when I get the new one on here. We'll see. I did want to come partially in between the install just to show this kit, because I don't see, I've seen some reviews on jegs, but it's nice just to see it in use here. As you can see, the gasket that goes between the spacer and the manifold has the EGR block off there, which is you have to have that, because trust me, I've got a Mr. Gasket one. It was just the open hole spacer, and it didn't have that provision, and when I put the carburetor on, you never heard such a vacuum leak in your life. So this is the kit that I got, I believe from, actually I got this one off of Amazon, and it's funny because jegs I think has a price match, but I got Amazon Prime, and I was able to get this for I think around 53 bucks instead of 58, which, you know, if I can save $5 and get it in the same amount of time, that's fine with me. So it's the $21.99 trans adapter, and of course there's the provision there. So basically just slide this on. I don't think I'm gonna have to change the studs because I've already got longer studs in there, but there she goes, fits on there perfect. So I'll put this this guy here on, and then we'll be ready to get the carburetor sat down on here and see what she looks like. So, and looks like I got some sort of hole there for, I'm not sure if that's where the PVC is supposed to hook up. I'll have to read the directions here. No biggie. I think a bag of stuff came with it. Let me see real quick. Actually, it's just studs, so I'll have to do some digging here and see what that's for. I'm not sure if it does look like it goes all the way through, so I'll have to see what's up with that, and I'll dig into that a little bit more after I get everything hooked up. All right, we're almost at the moment of truth here. I guess some of the pluses about Holley, they at least on these Avengers, they have had 2 inlet system, one for the primary, one for the secondary here, and they give you this whole hose kit with all the the T and everything, so that's pretty good. I did have to run a new line over to where the hard line comes up from the fuel pump, because the original one, like on my old carburetor, just came to here, so I needed a longer one. So not a biggie. Got the power cable there hooked up to the choke. I may at some point route this up and around just to make it look neater. It's just been draped over the valve cover here since I've gotten it, so I may run a new one up and over here. I'm going to put a lot of this wire and loom just to clean it up some. I've just got the kick down attached, but there's a kit that attaches. Let me get in here so you can see right here that has a spring on this, because I think it may actually work in this situation. I don't know, but we're going to find out. It does engage, but there's a screw that comes with the kit that I need to put in that hole. I'm not really worried about it now, and it adjusts, so when you accelerate just enough, like wide open throttle, obviously it engages that kick down and get you where you need to go a little quicker. The one thing my truck doesn't have a provision for that I saw a video on of a guy that was running like an older Galaxy, that he put one of these, well, he put a Holley, it may have been an older Avenger, but as he had his spring pulling down bottom from the back, I don't see anywhere to attach. I've got a bracket, if you can see right there, where that got that hole in it. I actually have two springs. It's hard to see with the coil in the way, but I don't know if you can see exactly where it attaches, but there's a bracket here on the truck that it looks like it attaches to the manifold, and then gives you a hole there where you can hook your spring up to. I have two springs, but I've just got it attached here, and it does give some firmness to it. I'm going to go with that for now. If I figure out a way to do it like he did from the back, I'll do that, but this looks like it's going to work, so I'm just going to do a couple more checks. The guys on the videos too for these said that to run the PVC to the back, just like on the old carburetor, and there was a nipple on that vacuum port, so I've got that ran back there now. And then it was two places. Highly recommended using the vacuum advance hookup right here. There's two connections down here, one large and one small for vacuum. These are full vacuum, I guess. I just actually watched a video that Holley made on YouTube where they say this actually provides a better source, and I don't want to butcher what they said, but I may try that. But that's hooked up here to the distributor vacuum advance here, so I'm going to try it here first, and then we'll see what we do after that. The only other hose that I had hooked up is right here, that's not hooked up to anything. I'm going to have to, this is coming right off the manifold. I don't know if you can't see because of the fuel line, but you can see it right there. This is where I usually hook up when I do my vacuum test, but this used to be hooked up on the back side of the old carburetor right here. Let's see, right to this guy, and I don't see any provision for that, so I may go ahead and just remove the hose from the manifold and just cap it off. And that's the only other one that I'm not sure about. And the only other thing, if there's any Ford guys here that can help me out with this, I'll do a search online later. I imagine they make one, but because I'm not using these two holes anymore for the choke, I think one was maybe going to the choke, and one, they basically just provide warm air to the carburetor, but I don't know if that's going to cause a massive vacuum leak when I start this up too, so which may obviously make it difficult to get the carburetor dialed in. So I need to find out if there's like a block off plate for that. I assume they do make one, but I don't know for sure that's going to be a problem, if that's going to cause a huge vacuum leak. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I do like that this one has the windows. Some of them I saw online didn't have windows, so this one just barely, if the fuel is just under halfway, apparently that's, I think, the sweet spot. So we'll find out once I get this started, but I'm not going to do a live startup here on the video because I may have to shut it down, and I don't really have a good way of mounting my phone here, so I'm just going to go ahead and see if she cranks and how she runs initially, and then we'll we'll be right back. Trying to stand back so you can hear me at least.